Hi, I'm Chute from Espressotec Sales and Service. Today we're going to do a video featuring Philips Saeco's brand new machine, the Royal B2C. As you can see, the Royal is carrying on the good name of the Royal Professional and the Royal Coffee Bar that have been a staple in many offices and hotels and resorts for about the better half of a decade. The Royal is a phenomenal machine. It keeps the same principles as all the Saeco units, but it's built like a tank. Very large water reservoirs, very large dregs drawers, and it's just meant to take a licking and keep on ticking. So, give you a little overview on it in this video. This is the redesign. It's got a great look to it and it has a lot more metal on the unit compared to its predecessor. And it's a one-touch cappuccino unit, so at the touch of a button you can get yourself a cappuccino or a latte along with your espressos and your coffees. So we'll go over the unit. The power switch, the main power switch is in the back, right by the power plug, and then we have our standby button to either put it in standby or to take it out of standby. Over here we have a large 2.4 liter water reservoir. It's removable and it actually now has a handle. So just if you can shoot over to the left here, this is an example of one of the old Royals over here. It's a Royal Professional. So as you can see, they're quite identical. They kind of chop the side off, making it a little bit more slender, and of course, being a one-touch cappuccino, it doesn't need this cappuccino torre anymore. So we'll go back to here, brand new Royal B2C. And so as I was saying, the water reservoir is very large, 2.4 liter, removable. And so it can fit both the Aqua Prima filter and the Intensa filters. Of course, Intensa being the better one. We only need to use those filters if you live in an area with hard water. Seeing it's got the sensors all around to prevent any damage, so when I pull that water tank off, if you didn't see, the display will notify you, let you know that the water is out by saying to refill the water reservoir. On the right beside it, we have the bean hopper. They've added a feature, actually two features to the bean hopper. One thing is you'll notice right away, it's very hard to take off and put on, and that's just because of the seal that it has. It creates a very good seal. Unlike its predecessor, so it keeps the beans nice and fresh. Also, it has a sensor, so when you open the lid, it says to close the hopper door. So that prevents, if you have little kids running around the house, everyone keeps their fingers. So over here, right in front, we have a very large cup warmer. It gets very, very hot. You can turn this off to save a little bit of electricity. Right beside it, we have the bypass chute, and you use this for some decaf coffee or to put your cleaning tablets in. And very kind reminder from Philips Saeco, coffee's okay, but only one scoop. Can't put 2 scoops, and definitely do not put water inside the unit. I always laugh when I see that water note. So when we go to the front of the unit, we'll go through the layout of it and then get to the buttons. So on the right hand side, we have the door that gets access to the brew unit. And it's better than before. Before, when you open the side door, the machine would just completely turn off. But now, when you open it, it'll actually say to close the side door, move that out of the way. So to get to the brew unit, first you got to remove the drip tray. Nice, amply large drip tray. As I was saying, it's an office style model, so it's meant to handle high volumes. And it's got a little indicator, a floaty indicator, to let you know when it's full. So with that removed, you can also remove the dregs door. I'll get a bit of room here. So large dregs door holds a lot of pucks. That way you don't have to empty it out. The home models usually fill up after about 8 to 10 coffees. I believe this dregs drawer is rated at about 20, but I can't remember offhand. So for the brew unit, to take it out, I'm going to actually move this machine a little bit out of the way. Simply just push down, and the brew unit slides right out for easy use. That way you can pull it out, you can give it a rinse on the brew unit, you can lubricate it, it's very easy to access. And it slides right in. Go ahead and close that. Put the dregs drawer back right in, and then insert the drip tray. And one by one, all the error messages go away. So now we have everything back in spec. I'm going to turn to the side to show you some other features too. So over here, right underneath the bean hopper, we have the grinder setting adjuster. There's 7 different grind settings to choose from. Pretty much good to go from the factory at a medium. But if you like a lighter coffee, you can definitely make it coarser or finer to adjust it. And right below, on the bottom left, we have the dose selection. So this is how much coffee gets ground. So So that's how fine. For the grinder selector, you have 7 settings. And then you also have the dose setting to choose between 6 to 9 grams of coffee per shot. So now brings us to the front of the unit right here. We have the works. We have the nice touchscreen right here. You can adjust the contrast, the brightness. So if it's always in a really bright showroom, you can darken it up, and if it's a really dark room, you can lighten it up.
Except for it's not a touchscreen to you.
Yeah, it's not a touchscreen. It's just a display. So right below the display, you have the basically the dispenser spouts. So you can adjust it. As in the other video, it's really not a lot of adjustments. The Royals don't have a wild swing, but to fit the big cups, what they did is they made the dispenser spout removable, so you can actually just pop that out. So you can fit a nice large mug there, because I love my 20-ounce lattes. I'm a sucker for those. And it's easy enough to slide it back on. You just place it in, and it goes right in place. Now, over here, we have a hot water nozzle, and it's only meant for hot water. The old Royals used to use this for steam and hot water, but no. On the new B2C, it's a one-touch cappuccino, so that's only going to dispense hot water for you. Now we'll go through the buttons from left to right. Over here, we have our bypass button. So you can actually, when you click it, you'll see the display say bypass, so that way you can use some decaf or try different grounds. And you can actually use this bypass setting with any of the drinks. So it's really nice and versatile. Or you can switch it back to beans so you get that fresh ground coffee. All the buttons you can program. You can program, pre-brewing on, short, long. You can change coffee lengths. You can change temperatures. So this one is your espresso button. This one is your coffee button. So I usually set that to about the medium length. And then we have the special button right here. And this one actually opens up 4 different other buttons. So when you click it, the display will read first hot water. So you can dispense hot water. Then you have your long coffee. You have hot milk. And then you have an American coffee. So the American coffee is a new feature that Philips Saeco has come out with. What it does is it grinds a shot and it pulsates the water. Instead of brewing it continuously through, it just pulses the water. And once you get about halfway, it dumps the puck and then just fills it up with hot water. And that way you're getting a very, very hot cup. Now, the next button right here is your cappuccino clean button. So it's a one-touch clean button. All you do is you set up the cappuccino, the one-touch cappuccino device, and then when you click it with water, it just does a quick little 100 ml rinse. So to set it up, you pull this cover out of the way. That's held in by a little magnet. Also, the magnet also holds in the filter cover. Pretty neat. Slide in the cappuccino device, and it'll beep when it's in. So this is not in, even though it looks so, it's not. Give a little snug push, and it beeps to let you know. Now to attach the thermal carafe, it's a half-liter thermal carafe. Keeps your milk cold all day long. You just slide it into a hole, just in the bottom left. So now, since this is filled with water, if I click this button, it'll do a 100 ml rinse. The next button here is your cappuccino button, followed by your latte button. So for these ones, you can actually choose how much milk comes out. Don't really notice the difference between the foams. There's not much, the cappuccino button doesn't create extra thick foam, and the latte button doesn't create micro foam. It kind of makes one standard foam, but they do a very good job. It's very hot. Earlier today, we tested it out. Both the latte and the cappuccino button made the drinks at about 160 degrees Fahrenheit when it was all said and done. So that's a quick little overview on the machine. You have your espresso, you have your coffee, long coffee, hot water, milk if you want to make hot chocolates. You have your American coffee, clean button, cappuccino, and latte, along with the standby mode. You can also go into the programming just by simply holding the buttons down. So, for example, when I was talking about standby, you would hold this button down for about 5 seconds. Same thing for programming, you would hold the menu button down for about 5 seconds. And then underneath it's written what the buttons will do. So your coffee button is now your enter or OK. The special coffee button is escape. The clean is your up arrow, and your cappuccino is your down arrow. So you can navigate your way through the menu. And in the menu is pretty neat. You can do a lot of things, as I was talking about, customizing the drinks. You can program your machine for water hardness. And you can also do automated cleaning cycles. So there's an automated cleaning cycle for descaling. There's an automated cleaning cycle for brew unit washes. And there's an automated cleaning cycle for the cappuccino, which you can also just access from here. So that's pretty much the video overview on the Royal B2C. If you have any questions, concerns, give us a call. But thank you for checking out our video, and stay tuned for our next one.